Hey everyone, Suzi here, and today we're playing Watcher of Realms. And for today's video, we have to talk about this Soulstone shard disaster. I need to give my honest opinion while trying to be fair and as neutral on both sides as possible. So let's briefly talk about it. So yes, as you can see, I have Fastidious's video. He posted this about 11 hours ago as of now up on my screen. I did watch it and holy crap. I actually didn't watch his end rant yet because he's like, you know what, I want to have my own opinion just based on what I see first and make this video first. And then I'll go back and finish watching his end rant. But I agree with everything set up until the points of starting to show the new numbers here, which I'm not going to show on my screen right now. I will link his video if you guys want to see the numbers and everything. Holy freaking cow. But this is the issue, right? This is what we're going to talk about. 1,200 shards to get this. And it's not as generous as we thought it was going to be. They said it was going to take up an additional space, so it doesn't affect the pity of everything. So they're like, okay, isn't this going to make you have a less chance to get the polished soulstones or unpolished soulstones as a whole? Or the other rewards that we might want? No, because it takes up a separate spot. It's an additional bonus. However, it's even worse. It's not just an additional chest spot. It's a bonus reward at the end. So it's not like double chests don't matter. It just is one reward. And that sucks. We did not expect that. So, the rest of this and the math and his conversation, I do suggest you guys watch. I think he goes over it very well. But I wanted to give my thoughts. Keep this video kind of short and just let you guys know that I hear you, I feel you, and I agree with you too. While I personally have loved Moonton as a company overall compared to other companies in the genre, at the end of the day, I'm also trying to be as aware of the genre as I can be in this gacha game industry that runs on RNG, that has to try to trigger spending. That's the way it works, or else they wouldn't make any money. It's a free-to-play game. So I try my best, especially the fact that I'm now working for a developer of a gacha game, of a hero collector RPG, just like these. I'm trying to be as more open-minded as I can to the behind the scenes. And I'm learning more every time just by hearing the conversations and seeing stuff that goes on behind the scenes, and it makes me think more. So I feel like I have a different perspective than the average player that just sees the how much do I want to spend or not spend. I see the I see the conversations of why companies are making these weird decisions. Why do companies run stupid fake ads? Why do companies put up pop-ups or this type of offer or offers that are whatever? Like, those are things that I'm trying to think about differently these days. So, I don't think they should have been overly generous with this. However, I feel like there should be a balance. So I'm going to read you guys my actual direct message to my contact. This is me. I sent it this morning after I read it. I don't think you guys can hear the baby music in the background, but if you can, I'm sorry. The baby's cute playing. So I'm sure you're already hearing this feedback, but I completely agree with everyone now being very upset regarding shards for Soulstones. 1,200 is completely insane if the best drops give a potential of 133. If only the best days to acquire, sorry. But only what seems to be a reality is worst case of like 300 days. The main Soulstone should have a pity like once every 6 months or something worth of collecting maybe. I'll propose something below. And these shards should allow us to gather an additional one at worst like every 4 months. Maybe 3 months, ideally. But like, I think the worst case scenario is if it took us like 4 months to get one. If you got super unlucky with the worst rates every time, okay. But I feel like at least it should be every 3 months guaranteed. Right? It's one Soulstone. It's not like the big version that you can use on Lords. It's one Soulstone. And that's on, yes, it's on top of whatever we can get from the guild boss drops, but we know how bad those drops really are. They're terrible. They're terrible drops. So unless you're extremely lucky, which is not most people, let's be honest. So my suggestion is more like 400. Because that would give someone collecting all 3 boss chests a range of 45 to 100 days, getting 1 guaranteed. Oops, I think Lily, you might hear Lily in the background. Maybe. She's talking. I'm getting fussy. I'm home alone with her today. But yeah, that would give people a range of 45 to 100 days to get 1. That's not instant. And the 45 days is only if they get the best rates possible, which no one's gonna get. Alright, and now the rest of this, I know it's not about this, but made me want to mention it and have my thoughts of being at least logical. I think they think that giving people Soulstones on a regular basis would just destroy the game, but they do. Some people get 16 fucking Soulstones in 2 years, and some people get 0. Okay, 1 or 2. That's just not okay. And we don't want to nerf the rates of people getting lucky, but we should guarantee the rates for people that are getting unlucky. So here's my thoughts. Regarding the full Soulstone pity, I don't know what it is behind the scenes, but those have been ridiculous for some people. I never get full legendary Soulstones anymore. The hero Soulstones you lose on Lords? I don't know the last time I got one, but I wish I logged it. There should be a pity based on the collection of number of chests. Like, every time you collect a Nightmare 3 chest, that gives 1. A Nightmare 4 chest that gives 1. A Nightmare Abyss 1 chest get 1. You know, like, there should be pities based on that, which probably is the case, because I doubt it would be just days, because some days you might only collect 2 chests, some days you might collect 1 chest, some days you collect 3 chests. I'm guilty of forgetting to do half my guild bosses. So it should be based on just collecting those chests and having a counter in the background, which I hope it is. And they say a pity exists. But based on the numbers of 1,200, and based on what they said in our conversation, it sounds like the pity is something really crappy, like 1 per year, which is not good enough, let's be honest. But if you think about, if we're guaranteed to get 1 every 6 months, I feel like that's fair. Why not? Or 1 per year, but is like the worst case scenario? I don't know. But considering we actually get 1 every few months from a big event would be cool, or from special rewards in-game for a new player. But this is my suggestions down below. So, like, every time you collect a Nightmare 3 chest, every 200 collections, you're guaranteed an Unpolished Soulstone. Every 150 collections from a Nightmare 4, that, and Abyss, that. So maybe not exactly this per se, because that would mean you get 3 Unpolished Soulstones in 200 days. Maybe that's a little too generous, but is it really? Is it? It's Unpolished Soulstones, and with the amount of heroes that keep getting added to the game, the limited heroes that really need them, is that too much? I don't, maybe it's not. Because let's see, 200 days, like, let me just be really lazy and do, like, you know, it's what? That's still, yeah, that's more than every 6 months. So I wasn't sure if it was more or less. It's more. So if we get 3 Unpolished Soulstones every 6 months, and only 3 every less than a year, or about a year, like, maybe, okay, maybe increase all those by 50. 250, 200, 150. 350, almost a year. So maybe within 1 year, getting 3 regular, proper, legendary Soulstones. If you hit every single chest, every single day, you're guaranteed at least 3 within a total of that year. Within 200 less, but you know what I mean? Like, that's not unreasonable to say. If someone is actually hitting all 3, especially if they're getting top chests on all 3, which I do not for Abyss. I don't know about you guys. I do not. So I feel like that's not unreasonable to ask for. Having multiple within 1 year, or at worst, 1. If you're hitting, I don't know how else to break it down. This was my easiest way that I could think about it, breaking it down. And I didn't mean to ramble. And I'm not a big math person. Spreadsheets and all that are fun for data, but I'm not like gonna super analyze every little perfect scenario of exactly how long it would take for everything for this thing that I suggested. It was just a general suggestion. Like, okay, again, maybe it's Nightmare 3 to every 200 to 300 you get an Unpolished, or every 300 to 400, somewhere in there. They guarantee that. I don't think it's that hard to ask for that. Because if someone might only be hitting 2 of the clan bosses, guild bosses every day, not 3 of them, so they're not going to get all that. And the people that are willing to hit all 3 and spend their gems every day, they do deserve an extra one guaranteed all the time. Why not? I just think the game, I think Moonton is placing too much value on these Soulstones as if they're the most precious thing in the game, which they have become that, yes, but giving people one every month in some form, whether it be like this, whether it be an event, whether it be some new in-game milestone, one of each would not break the game. Let's be honest, it would not. Because we have so many heroes that need them. You get Sun Wukong, you get Kagiri, you get Lust, you get Dao Chan and Moradin, and all these fun limited heroes. I mean, even Gwendolyn will probably get a buff come Christmas, I hope. And Northerners will rise. You know, like Captain Rev is really fun for some quirky stuff. Like all these characters, Nora, amazing. I forgot about her. Dahlia, like 9, 10 limited heroes that need Soulstones. That's 5 Soulstones per hero if we only get 1 copy. People are still gonna summon if they give us at least a Soulstone per month in some form as a possibility if you're an active player. People are still gonna spend just as much as they used to before. And if anything, you might get people spending more because they care and they're having fun and they have faith in the company versus the opposite, that this is creating distrust and frustrations against the devs and the company. So I think they need to learn to be a little more generous sometimes when it comes to stuff like this, where the people are really, really speaking loud. I mean, there's definitely times where there's a mass uproar about something, it's dealt with, they have the reasons, okay. But this has been going on for such a long time, and the disparity between people that get very unlucky and people that get lucky is so extreme that they need to even things out on the low end, at least to some extent. And the people that get unlucky and the people that get lucky, everyone's still gonna spend the same. Getting one more Soulstone, or getting more Soulstones on a regular basis, makes people have fun and makes people be excited to spend, to have more summons to pull for other characters maybe, instead of hoarding our summons, waiting for limited events. Instead, we might actually spend more because we're pulling more often because we're not forced to wait for limited events. So I think that the monetization side of things could actually be better, in my opinion, if they were more generous with this. But, alright guys, sorry, this was a way longer rant than I thought. I thought it was going to be a super quick video. I'm sorry I failed on the super quick, but I did want to give my opinion and let you guys know that, yes, I am someone who always praises Moonton when I can, when I think they deserve it, and most of the time I actually genuinely think they do. I have a great relationship with them. I think the staff has been wonderful, and I am still playing this game, not because I even like the gameplay style. I hardly even, like, the tower defense, the timing style, the placement style is not my favorite style of gameplay. It's not. It genuinely is not. I prefer a turn-based, like the other games I've played, like the raid style, like Godforge, like King Arthur, or even the card turn-based, like Reverse 1999. That's what I prefer as a player. But I'm still here because I like the company. I like the game as the potential of amazing content it offers, the diversity of their events, the usual pretty generosity that they continue to offer when it comes to stuff, but they've really called back for a while now when it comes to generosity, I think. But yeah, I'm still playing because I like the devs, where a lot of times we quit playing games because we hate the devs. I don't know. All right, I'm just gonna start rambling if I keep going. But yeah, I don't know, guys. This sucks. 1200 is stupid. They need to change it, and I agree.